debate as to who invented the bicycle. The French think it was a Frenchman, the Scottish reckon it was a Scot, and the English and the Americans think it was one of them. But there's no confusion as to who's responsible for the latest innovation in bicycle design. This little piece of ingenuity is all thanks to an Aussie. It's called the Street Surfer, and it can outperform any BMX on the planet. A five-wheeled answer to surfing the urban landscape, and it's all thanks to Italian-born Perth boy Tony Veroni. Tell me about when you first came up with the idea for the Street Surfer.
I saw a guy riding down the street, and after a few weeks I actually became friendly with the person because he wasn't riding a normal bicycle. He also had a skateboard sort of look in the front, and he actually grabbed my attention.
And from that first chance encounter, Tony was so impressed, he invested his own money into the skateboard hybrid and eventually bought the whole company. Why do you call it the Street Surfer?
Because you surf on the street, you get the same sort of feeling as surfing, so you lean. Instead of a normal bicycle, you just steer. The Street Surfer, you lean to turn, so it's like you get the same sort of feeling as skiing, snowboarding, skateboarding, all into one.
The biggest difference between the Street Surfer and a traditional bike is obviously the four-wheel front assembly. The four pivot points allow it to precisely track the surface of the ground and hold traction. If it lands off angle, it will right itself, plus it can turn in the length of its own body. But what's really technologically groundbreaking about the Street Surfer is its suspension. Here we have two balls made of polymer. This one represents the technology that's used in conventional bike suspension. See? The energy is rebounded. And this one is the polymer that's used in the Street Surfer. Take a look at this. The energy is absorbed, and that's why you get a much smoother ride. The polymer suspension system is half the weight and outperforms by a factor of 10 current shock absorbers on the market. And because the polymer has a memory, no matter what direction you move the wheels in, they will always regain their original position and shape. OK, so you've got two world firsts here, amazing suspension and the four wheels. But what are the advantages?
Well, the advantages are we have four tyres at the front, and to us it's 4 points of contact on the road. It's a bit like driving an all-wheel drive car. It gives you stability, and it has amazing characteristics when you ride it. The stability you get out of this as opposed to a normal bike with 1 point of contact is quite amazing. OK,
so you can turn faster, you can go into corners faster.
You bet. You can actually turn in quarter the turning circle a normal bike can at twice the speed.
The really big difference is that you keep pedalling as you turn. And you actually lean over a lot further than you think you can. Woo! It does take a little while to get used to, but it's lots of fun and really different to riding a conventional pushy. I can see why they call it a Street Surfer. It's more like snowboarding or surfing than riding a bike because you use your whole body. The Street Surfer will be available across Australia in time for Christmas for just under $1,000 and on European and American shores by April. And Tony's dream to show the world the five-wheeled bike design he stumbled upon all those years ago will finally come true.
We are changing the history of the bicycle. It's very exciting, you know, for somebody, especially from WA, doing that.